दयामोदवलावगुणतनावती तेजो मयीं नैष्टिकी स्निग्धापङ्गाविलोकनीं भगवती मन्दास्मिता श्रीमुखी वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुरा संकीर्तनलापिनी श्यामङ्गीं मधुसिक्ता सुक्ति अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरी ध्यायामोदवलावगुणतनावती तेजो मयीं नैष्टिकी स्निग्धापङ्गाविलोकनीं भगवती मन्दास्मिता श्रीमुखी वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुरा संकीर्तनलापिनी श्यामङ्गीं मधुसिक्ता सुक्ति अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरी ध्यायामोदवलावगुणतनावती तेजो मयीं नैष्टिकी स्निग्धापङ्गाविलोकनीं भगवती मन्दास्मिता श्रीमुखी वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुरा संकीर्तनलापिनी श्यामङ्गीं मधुसिक्ता सुक्ति अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरी वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुरां संकीर्तनलापिनी श्यामङ्गीं मधुसिक्ता सुक्ति अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरी ध्यायामोदवलावगुणतनावती तेजो मयीं नैष्टिकी स्निग्धापङ्गाविलोकनीं भगवती मन्दास्मिता श्रीमुखी वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुरा संकीर्तनलापिनी Mangi madhu sakta sakti Amrita nandatmikam Amrita nandatmikam Amrita nandatmikam Ishvari. Govinda, Jaya Jaya, Govinda, Jaya Jaya, Gopala Govinda, Jaya Jaya. Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Gopala Jaya Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radhe 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 Bolo Radhe Radhe Bolo Radhe 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 Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radhe 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 Radhe. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radhe 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 Radhe. Radhe Bolo Radhe 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 Bolo Radhe 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 Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radhe 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 Radhe. Govinda Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radhe 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 Bolo Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radhe 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 Govinda Jaya Radhe 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 Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya 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 Radhe Radhe Govinda 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 Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radhe 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 Gopala Jaya Jaya Radhe Radhe
Let's see where we are. Any requests while we wait? All right, we'll get started in, let's see, how many people are we still waiting on? Oh, we're still waiting on about 5 or 6, so I'm just going to give it a minute or two and then we will start. Hi, Melissa. Shoulder stretch, please. Okay. How are we going to start class? All right, so this is a detox class. So we will twist it out, sweat if it's warm. It kind of cooled off, so maybe you won't sweat, but we'll create some internal heat with the breath. So let's just close your eyes. No music on quite yet for you guys. And roll the shoulders out. Maybe just kind of stretch the neck out, drop the ear towards the shoulders. And then the other side. And then just find that neutral position. So notice first if you're kind of sitting, let me show you from the side view, kind of sitting and like dumping in the lower back. We want to neutralize the spine even when we're in a seated position, just like we talk about in chair or crescent lunge. So start to sit the sit bones down, the tailbone down, and these hip points start to come up and the belly engages. So notice I'm much more neutral here versus here. Right? Neutral. Good. Okay. So that's where we want to try to maintain, and we want to try to do that anytime we're sitting. So even driving, if you have a job where you're seated, I think we're all in a job where we're seated now, try to maintain a little bit of engagement there and neutralize the spine. It's going to eliminate any lower back pain and start to strengthen the muscles to support the back. So let's crank up the face, nice and tight, 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 and then just let it go. Just feel the difference between the two. Maybe stick the tongue out, get any tension out of there. You know, I think just being on the computers a lot and around technology and internet and the vibration is making us even more tense on top of the situation and the current stressors that are around us. So it's nice to disconnect. It's nice to get outside, literally unplug yourself. So close the eyes if you haven't already. Just notice the breath. We don't want to do anything to the breath yet. We just want to notice. So often our respiratory system, our breath, goes unnoticed. We're usually taking very short breaths. That's why when we come into yoga or we learn to breathe in a pranayama practice or a meditation practice, you start to feel lighter. You might feel a little lightheaded because you're deepening the breath. You're expanding through the lungs. You're oxygenizing the cells. And set your intention here. Just finding a little bit of stillness before we get into the movement. I am. It's a powerful mantra you can say to yourself, to the world, to God. I am. You don't even have to fill in the blank. So hum. You am so hum. So hum. Now just start to deepen the breath. Maybe you start to feel the chest rise. Don't restrict the throat yet. Just start to deepen your inhalations. And then make the exhalation a little bit longer. When you think you've exhaled all the air out, keep exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. Good, inhale. Now maybe the breath goes into the belly, expanding through the navel. And then as you exhale, that navel comes back towards the spine, getting nice and long through the spine. Again, inhale into the chest, the ribs, the belly, full heart breath. Exhale, the belly comes in, the ribs knit in, the chest, but you stay nice and tall through the spine. Again, inhale. Exhale. If you'd like to, Ujjayi breath, constrict the back of the throat. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Three more. Inhale. Exhale. Two. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. Hold it. Take another sip of air in, but relax the shoulders. Control, slow, exhale. Keep exhaling. Keep exhaling. Inhale, open the eyes, lift the arms up over. As you exhale, bring them down to the side. Two more. Inhale, lift the arms up over. As you exhale, bring them down to the side. One more there. Inhale, lift the arms up over. Exhale, down towards the side. Again, inhale, lift up. This time, draw it in through heart center. Let the thumbs press into the heart. Bow the head. Close the eyes. Set the intention one more time. Linking the eyes open. Inhale the arms up. Exhale through heart center, bringing the hands out, coming right on into downward facing dog. All right, so spread the fingers nice and wide. Straighten the arms as much as you can, and it lifts the hips up. So as you press the mat away from the hands, the butt lifts up. You can bend your legs as much as you need to, but just root through the heels. Get a nice stretch through the back of the legs. Go ahead and give the head a little shake, yes and no. Oh, if you're going to start a playlist, you can start it now. And maybe so, always ending with a great big yes, yes, yes. Inhale, come up high on the toes. Exhale, drop the heels over to the right. Inhale, high on the toes. Drop the heels over to the left. Again, inhale, high on the toes. Drop the knees to the center like you're hovering child's pose. So keep the arms strong and straight. Keep the hips up. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, tabletop position, tap the knees down. So shoulders are stacked on the wrists, hips stacked on the knees. Neutralize your spine. Inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly down, take the drishti and the tailbone up. And then exhale, cat pose. Round the spine, tuck the chin, bring it in. Again, inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly down, drishti gaze goes up. Exhale, press the mat away. Round the spine, tuck the chin, navel comes up. And then come back to your neutral spine of tabletop. Inhale the right arm and the left leg, opposite direction. Rotate the hand and the foot here. Reverse the rotation. And then reach behind and grab the foot. Kick the foot and the hand into one another and lift up. Now, if that's unavailable, you're just gonna reach the arm back and kick the foot up and you're here, right? So if you have it, create that opposition so you can go a little deeper, opening up through the leg and that shoulder. One more breath, inhale, lift. As you exhale, extend back out and then tabletop. Inhale, cow pose, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, cat pose, round the spine, tuck the chin. Back to the neutral position of tabletop, other side, left arm, right leg, extend it out. Rotate the foot in the hand. Reverse the rotation. And then reach behind, grab the foot. Again, if you can't grab the foot, just bend the leg and reach the arm back. If you have the foot, kick the two into one another, open up. Two more breaths, inhale, kick and lift. One more, inhale, kick and lift. And extend back out, tabletop position. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Neutral spine, curl the toes, downward facing dog. Here we are again. Inhale the right leg up. Bend the leg, the foot will drop, the knee lifts. So check your opposite heel though. Press the left heel, it's the opposite heel, down towards the mat. Even if you bend the leg, it's okay. Then circle out the knee that's in the air. Reverse it, focusing on the hip socket. Crack, 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 at least in mine. Inhale, straighten the legs, square it off. Again, root through your opposite heel. Exhale, bring it through, knee to nose, shift forward, tap the left tricep, first twist in the spine. Inhale, right leg comes high. Exhale again, knee to nose. Opposite tricep, again, twisting through the spine. Gazes forward, get the chin up and out. Inhale, right leg high, bend the leg, the foot drops, the knee lifts. Exhale, bring it through, dragon pose. Foot comes to the outer edge of the right hand. So you can drop down to the hands. You can drop that back knee down. You can keep the back knee up. There's lots of variations you can do here. Choose which one works for you today. Breathe. Maybe you're opening up, flying, reaching behind for the back foot. But wherever you are, you guys should know what I'm going to say. You're breathing. You're here now. Last breath, deep inhale. As you exhale, gently releasing the foot, bringing both hands back to the earth. Heel toe the foot in. Back foot meets the front. Fold forward at the top of your yoga mat. Uttanasana, this pose is called. Standing forward, fold. Grab opposite elbows. And then switch what arm is in front. Because we always do the same shit. Right? Shake the head, yes. And no again. And then yes, 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 yes. I can, I will, I am. Interlace the hands behind the back. If it's unavailable, grab your strap, or maybe your dog, or interlace the hands behind the back. Relax. Legs can be as bent as you need them to be. Focus on you, tapping into the sensation of the body, the most intimate language we have, sensation. Deep inhale. As you exhale, release the hands towards the earth. Inhale, roll up nice and slow, vertebrae by vertebrae.
Continue the arms up overhead, right hand grabs the left wrist. Inhale, lengthen nice and long, reach the arms to the right, shoot the hips to the left. Inhale through center, switch grips, and other side. Inhale through center, reach behind. Exhale, fold forward. Left hand under the chest, right hand high, bend through the left knee as you twist through the spine. Snap the hand that's in the air. Rotate the wrist. Reverse. And swap it out. Hand that's in the air comes down. Bend the right knee, lift the left arm high. Snap the fingers. Rotate the wrist. Reverse. I don't know why I always say an accent when I say that. Both hands come down. It's like a habit. Inhale, flat back, halfway. Exhale, step or hop it back, low plank. Inhale, cobra or up dog, shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Rolling over the toes or tap the knees down, curl the toes, hip side, hip side. Good. Inhale, left leg comes up. All right, we're gonna bend the leg, drop the foot, lift the knee, but first, let's pay attention to the opposite heel. It's our right heel. Root it down. Even if you bend the leg, it's okay. It's called root to rise. It's called opposition. It's called tug of war. Press down to lift up. Circle the knee out. Reverse. Ooh, inhale, straighten the legs, square it off. Exhale, bring it in, knee to nose. Shift forward, tap that right tricep, look forward, stay strong in the left arm. Inhale, leg comes high. Exhale, bring it in, knee to nose. Shift forward again, tap that right tricep, opposite tricep. Inhale, high. Exhale, knee to nose. Bring it all the way through for dragon pose. Foot comes to the outer edge. So again, repeating what you did on the right, here on the left. Whatever you choose to do, be here. Maybe you flew, reach behind, opening up the shoulder, and a little twist in the spine. Two more. One more. Hands come back to the earth. Heel toe that foot in. Back foot meets the front. Fold forward again, top of the mat. Uttanasana is what it's called. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, fold. Roll up nice and slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. Continue the arms up overhead. And exhale, draw it into heart center. Inhale the arms up. Grab the left wrist. Reach the hands towards the right, shoot the hips towards the left, and stretch. Inhale back through center, other side as you exhale to the other side. Inhale through center, reach it back and behind. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, step it back into a high plank pose. Okay, so maybe knees are gonna come down. Neutral spine though, we don't want to break in the hips, so no bend. Neutral spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Press the mat away, breathe, knit the ribs. Are you focusing? Get out of your mind, get out of your day, get out of any expectations, come to your mat and be here. Deep inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna lower down, chaturanga, or like me, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or moving through your tabletop position. Take a breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale, look between the hands. As you exhale, step or hop the feet to meet the hands and fold it forward. Inhale your flat back. So your hands, you want your hands on something. So whether it's on the mat, maybe you rest them on your legs, you can bend your legs here. But look, neutral spine. We don't want to round through the shoulders. So shoulders down away from the ears. Knit the ribs in, engage the core. And exhale, fold. Two more like that. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, fold. Almost like you're pinching something between your shoulder blades. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, fold. This time, root to rise, flat back, come up. Inhale. And as you exhale, heart center. 3 sun sal A's. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back halfway. Step or hop high to low plank. Inhale your cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Moving into the next one. Look between the hands. As you exhale, step, hop, or float, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, inhale up, nice big breath. Take it back. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold, fold. Inhale, flat back halfway. Step or hop high to go. Knees, chest, chin option always. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should or have to do it. Inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, step, hop, or float, fold, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, inhale up. Nice big breath. Heart center. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back halfway. Step or hop it back high to low plank. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look between the hands as you inhale. Finish strong. Step, hop, float, think butt up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Inhale up. Nice big breath. Again, draw it in. Heart center. This time, close the eyes. Release the hands to Tadasana. Feel the breath. Feel the heart beating. Feel the shift. Feel the internal heat. All right, moving on. Blink the eyes open. Inhale, chair pose. We've already neutralized our spine in our seated position, so you're there. Move into it. Tailbone down, hip points up. You can feel it. The more you do it, the stronger those muscles get, and the more, I guess, less subtle it is. The more movement you can see and feel because you have that engagement. And there are muscles way below the six-pack, way below underneath the surface abs. One more breath. Engage your Mula Bandha. You guys got this. Exhale, fold forward. And then inhale, chair pose. Interlace the hands behind the back. Drop the arms, lift the chest, look up. And then fierce chair. Arms reach forward. Drop the booty down. Get the chest onto the thighs. Inhale, up through chair. Hands through heart center. Twist to the right. Whatever right you choose is fine. We're going to do both sides. Drop the booty down and back. Pull that opposite hip back and try to pull the hands back into the center of the heart. Inhale, back through center. I'm with you. You can do this. Exhale, twist to the other side. Pull the opposite hip back. Lengthen through the spine. One more breath. Engage your Mula Bandha. Tighten up. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, fold forward. Left hand stays, right hand lifts high. Switch it out. Right hand down, left hand high. Both hands down to the mat. Inhale, flat back, halfway. Step or hop it back, high to low plank. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg comes high. Exhale, bring it through, crescent lunge. So easy to dump in the lower back here. Tailbone comes down, hip points come up. And then see where my knee is? I can go deeper. Get it stacked on the ankle. That's the most secure, safe spot. Not here, not here, here. Water wheel the arms, left arm forward, right arm back. Bring the left hand down, revolve your crescent, right arm high, squeeze the inner thighs together. We're gonna flow through that, root to rise, back into water wheel arms. And then exhale, revolve crescent. Inhale, root to rise, water wheel arms. Exhale, revolve crescent. One more time, inhale, root to rise, water wheel arms. Exalt the warrior, back hand towards the back leg. Lift up through the left side body. Left hand comes all the way down, moving into side plank. Front foot meets the back, high to low. Squeeze the inner thighs, lift the hips high. Hand that's in the air, come forward, palm down. Breathe, one more breath. Take the top leg, bring it back through crescent lunge. I switch directions. I'll switch back so I can face you. Deep inhale. As you exhale, open up, warrior two, right legs forward. So front toes, 12 o'clock direction. You guys know what you're doing. Try to energetically scoop the heels towards one another. That's another way of rooting to rise. You're bringing the energy in and then lifting up. You'll feel the stability in the feet. Deep inhale, dristy over the front fingers. Reverse the warrior, back hand down. Exhale, side angle, forearm to thigh, and hand to the mat. We're all gonna start to work the bind in a minute. Reverse the warrior, back hand, back leg. You're gonna try it no matter what. Exhale, side angle. All right, so if you have the bind, come into it. If you're here with me, start to take this hand. If you have a block, you're gonna start to move it onto the block. This is gonna be your first step and you're pushing that knee out. Now, if that's okay, maybe you take the hand behind, not supported, and just start to press the knee. You're not gonna bind yet. You gotta focus the strength first. If you have the hand all the way down, just start to walk it behind the front calf, maybe bringing it onto the outside of the front foot, and then lift that left arm high. One more breath wherever you are, maybe the full expression of the bind.
Releasing the bind. Back through warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Both toes face the front, wide-legged forward fold, hinge forward. Left hand stays under the chest, right hand high. Again, we're twisting through the spine. Deep inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, right hand down, left hand high. Both hands down. Walk the hands through the feet. Pull the chest, the torso through the legs, and then shift the weight into the toes. Maybe tuck the chin, look up and under, looking up towards your ceiling or towards the sky. Again, rock into the toes. Trust yourself here. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. We're going to release the hands. Start to walk them towards your chest, Skandasana. So bending the right leg, extending through the left. So I'm going to stay up high for a modification. If you can come all the way down. Anything in between is fine. We're going to take tuck back to the left and then to the right. So I'm going to stay high if you have tighter hips. And then the left and then the right. Woo. And then the left, pause. And then warrior two on the right. Reverse the warrior. Straighten the front leg. Triangle pose. So where are we on triangle pose? Let's press through the big toe of that front foot. Root. As you do that, start to pull the shoulders back and press the hips forward as you ground through your back heel as well. And then hand that's in the air, extend it forward, bring it all the way down to revolve your Trikonasana, revolve triangle. So shorten stance. Even here, we're gonna lean onto the pinky side. I want you to negate that energy by pressing through the big toe. Shift the torso forward, squeeze the inner thighs, and twist through the spine. 1 more breath. Good, both hands come back down towards the earth, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, refold. Again, inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, fold. This time come all the way up, goddess pose. Flat back, come up, hinge. Heels come in, toes come out. Breathe. So sink nice and low. Notice if you're sticking your booty out, right? It's easier to do that. Tuck the tailbone down, lift your hip points up and press the knees out. Arms are strong, engage your back muscles, your Kegel muscles. Get down a little bit lower and then stillness. Close the eyes, 3 breaths. Use the breath to get that frustration out. 2. Doesn't have to be a physical manifestation, a physical reaction. It can just be the fire and the breath. 1 more. Hinge at the hip, straighten the leg, fold forward. Walk the hands towards the front, take a flow, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, high plank. You'll all join us in high plank, wherever you are. You can even be here on your knees. Lift the right leg. I'm going to lift my left because that's what's facing you. Left knee to the left tricep for 8. Breathe. So notice my hips. They're not moving. 7. Just my knees coming in. 5. Breathe. Forward. Breathe. 3. Back leg is straight. 2. 1. Low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath, child's pose if you need it. 3 breaths here. In through the nose. Out through the nose. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, look between the hands as you exhale, step, pop or float, think butt up, fold forward. Practice your kick-ups, guys. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, fold. That's how you get better. Inhale, chair pose. Practice, practice, practice. There's no perfection. There's no place you get to and then you're there, and then you don't have to be there anymore. It's a practice. It's a daily practice. Get a little bit lower. Interlace the hands behind the back. Open the shoulders, open the chest. And then fierce share, reach the arms in front, drop the butt down. Relax your neck. Stand tall, Tadasana, pose, close the eyes. Take a breath. Out of the mouth, let it go. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, step or hop it back, low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog.
Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, bring it in, knee to nose. Shift forward, crescent lunge. So again, front toes are at that 12 o'clock position. You want to get the knee stacked on the ankle. Maybe you bend that back leg to neutralize the spine and get out of the arch. Engagement versus compressing. All right, water wheel the arms, right arm forward, left arm back. Right arm comes down to revolve crescent. We're gonna flow through that. So high on the back toes, make sure that back leg is nice and strong and straight. Inhale, water wheel arms. Exhale, revolve triangle. 2 more. Inhale, root to rise, water wheel. Exhale, revolve, woo, exhale. 1 more. Inhale, water wheel. Exalt the warrior. Back hand, back leg, lift up through the right side. Deep inhale. As you exhale, right hand comes down again. Revolve crescent. Pause here. As you exhale, side plank. Maybe 2-piece fingers hook that big toe. Maybe the bottom knee drops. Press the mat away. Get nice and strong in the arm. Lift the hips up. Hand it in the air. Bring it forward. Lift that top leg high. Bring it back for crescent lunge. Deep inhale. As you exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 2. Malabhi almost killing. So front toes again, 12 o'clock, but grounding, rooting through that back heel. We don't want to lean forward. Right? Keep the shoulders stacked on the hips. Engage. Reverse the warrior, back hand, back leg. Exhale, side angle, moving with our breath. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, side angle, 1 last time. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, side angle, working our bind. So if you have the bind, take it. It's about 4 or 5 breaths. If you're with me, maybe the hand is just going to reach in front. Maybe you have a block or something to put it on for a step. Maybe you're past that and you can get the hand down, lunge a little deeper. If you're there, start to walk this hand, this left hand, in front or behind the front foot. And then just start to open up and twist. Maybe you take the full breath. Bind. We got 1 more breath. Releasing the bind. Warrior 2. Stay in that fire. Go deep. Straighten that front leg. There it is. Triangle pose. Hinge forward. Drop the hands down. Reaching up, 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 up. Breathe. 1 more breath. All right, hand that's in the air, extend it forward and bring it all the way down to shorten the stance, revolve triangle. Squaring off the hips. Inhale, lengthen through the spine and twist. 1 more breath. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Good. Both hands come down, walk it out, wide-legged forward fold, prasarita. We're only doing 1 on this side versus the 2. So now if you want to practice an inversion, I'm going to walk us through headstand towards a little bit later in the class. If you have headstand right now, by all means, feel free to take it. Or forearm balance is also here, or handstand. So you can even bring the hands out, shoulder stack, and hop up. So you choose. You've got 3 breaths. If you're coming into a headstand, the easiest way to come into a headstand in this variation is through tripod. So you drop your head in front, make sure you can see your hands, and then stack your knees on top of your biceps or triceps. Hug the elbows though, right? So all inversions, you want that box shape, even handstand, even forearm. Okay. 2 more breaths. Everybody else interlace the hands behind the back. Breathing, guys. 1 more breath. The breath feels so good. Free the mind. Free all that stagnant energy that gets stuck throughout the week. Go ahead and release the hands. If you're up, take your descent down. Now we'll all Skandasana. Fancy name for just bending the left leg and straightening the right. So we've been here. Tighter hips, you're going to be up, maybe supporting with your hands. Everybody else maybe down lower with hands at the heart. So tick-tock back and forth. We're going to go to the right. We're going to go to the left. You can be up. We're going to go to the right. Woo! We're going to go to the left. We're going to go to the right and pause. Maybe you're up high. That's okay. Close the eyes. Breathe. 1 more. A little bit different here. Come back into your wide-legged forward fold. Walk the feet a little bit closer together. And then crisscross the arms and grab opposite legs. So the right hand grabs the left leg. The left hand grabs the right leg. Right? You want to look up. You're just crisscrossing. And then once you're there, it doesn't matter how high you are or how low you are. And then relax your head. So start to tuck your chin into your arm. And then rock into the toes a little bit more. Good. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then switch what arm is in front. So the other arm will come in front. You're still crisscrossing, still twisting. You're just stretching the shoulders in a different position. 2 more. Pressing out with the legs as you're pulling in with the hands. Again, creating that opposition. 1 more. Go ahead and release, maybe roll the shoulders out. And instead of taking warrior 2, we're just gonna walk our hands towards the front of that left leg and take high plank pose. So you guys are gonna lift your left, I'm gonna lift my right just because that's closest to you. So lift the left leg, and then try not to move the hips, right? So just neutralize everything strong, like a plank, like a board. Right knee to the elbow, 8, breathe, 7, breathe, 6, breathe, 5, exhale, 3, 2, here's the fire. 1, high plank, you've got this. Relax your head and jaw though. Don't let the head fall below the shoulders. Neutralize that spine. 1 more breath. Exhale, shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose for 3 breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. 2, in, out. And 1, in, out. If you're in child's pose, meet us in downward facing dog. All right, so now we're all gonna practice the kick-ups. Yes, that's right, all of us. Even if you think you can't, let's remove that belief and think you can always. Try it, have fun. Remember kids, right? They don't know limitations. They just go try, adventure. That's where we are right now. So you're gonna walk your feet a little bit closer. This is a lot of core too. So notice where my, look up here, notice where my shoulders are. You're not gonna get flight here. This is where a lot of us stay and it looks like this. It's really impossible. You're not gonna be able to stack. But this is the oh shit moment, right? Because once we get up here, it's like, oh shit, we're gonna fall back. If you are, you'll catch yourself, I promise. We have reflexes. So shoulders stacked on hips, my legs are kind of springy and bent, and then I'll just, whatever leg comes up, kick, 5 of them, right? 4. Notice my shoulders, they try to stay right where they are. It's just my hips and my core lifting up. 2. And 1, and then come back into your down dog. Okay, keep the hands pretty much where they are. Take a breath in through the nose, out of the mouth, walk the hands closer. Now this might be the really challenging side. Most likely it is, but this is the fun side. This is where we see growth. So lift that other leg up. Again, get the shoulders stacked on the wrist, and little hop ups. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the mat. Child's pose, knees together, but interlace the hands behind the back. So it's a variation of rabbit. You're gonna tuck your chin here, get the top of the head onto the mat, lift the hips up, and then take the hands up and over, just stretching through the shoulders. Aim at getting the neck nice and long, so reach the hands back and up, really elongating through the neck. Good. All right, 1 more breath. And go ahead and release. Come on up for Ustrasana, which is camel pose. Lines, parallel lines with the legs. We don't want the feet together, right? So you look down between, you shouldn't be able to see your feet because they're in line with the knees. You're either gonna engage the hands in the small of the back, supporting. Elbows are gonna squeeze together, or reaching behind for the heels. But you're pressing the hips forward and lifting the heart up. You're not leaning back and compressing. Press the hips forward, lift the heart up. Keep the neck in line with the spine. Breathe. See if you can press through the inside seams of the knees. It changes the entire pose. 1 more breath. Just sit down for saddle pose. How a lot of us started our class. Reflect. Observe. Don't fidget. Don't think. Just be. One more breath. We'll blink the eyes open, come back into downward facing dog. Inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, step, hop, or float. Full forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, full. Inhale all the way up, nice big breath. Exhale, draw it into heart center. So inhale, interlace the hands above the head. So you're gonna interlace the hands and then press the palms up. Okay.
Reaching up the shoulders down away from the ears, knit the ribs in, neutralize the spine. Come up high on the toes. And then imagine there's a wall behind you that you're just going to slide down. The knees are going to come out. The spine is straight. The core is engaged. Coming down, 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 all the way to your heels. Staying here if you feel a stretch there. If not, drop the knees towards the mat, your block, your cat, or your dog. And then release the hands towards the mat. This is super intense. Bring the hands forward. If you can start to walk the hands back. You choose the intensity. Close the eyes, relax the face, relax the shoulders. 2 breaths, that's it. Deep inhale. Exhale. Slow, steady breath. 1 more, inhale. Even though the body wants to react to this sensation, we're in control. It's calm, it's steady. Bring the hands to the mat, tops of the feet to the earth. If you want to kick it out, you can. And then sit back again, saddle, bring your hands next to the legs and just lift the knees up. So stretching the toes in the opposite direction. A lot of times my toes crack, 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 crack. Pull. And then release down, take the hands out in front, curl the toes, forward fold. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, step or hop it back, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. That's right. Inhale, up dog. You have these, guys. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, high plank. 1 more, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, high plank. Woo! Downward facing dog. Take a breath. Right leg comes high. Walk the hands back to meet that standing foot at the back of the mat for your standing split or needle. Standing split, the hips are open like so. Standing needle, hips are square, the leg is lower. 2 more breaths if you want to balance. If you want to kick up from here, this is a great position to play with. We were already there from our down dog, right? Maybe catching some flight. 1 more breath. Bending through that standing leg, squaring off the hips first, rising through your warrior 3. Slide up dog chest. Good. Tree pose. Foot comes to the inside of the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh. Try not to lean. Opposition really important here. Press the 2 into one another. Energy comes in and up. Fly your branches. If you're super balanced, maybe act like it's a windstorm. You're just focused on finding that stability. Focus on something not moving. Find your stillness in the pose. 2 breaths. And if you fall, come back up. 1 breath. And figure 4. So right leg crosses over the left, sit down in the left leg. Feels like pigeon. Flex the foot, protect the knee, reach the arms out front. If you fall, come back up. Relax your shoulders, relax your gaze. Bring the hands all the way down. Your leg can be as bent as you need to. Those of you that want more, start to straighten the leg, fold the body in half. Those of you that want more from here, take your arm balance, hook the foot on the tricep, shift the weight into the hands, create the box, and extend the leg out. 1 more breath. Coming back through the figure 4, stand tall, Tadasana. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Left leg rises, standing split or standing needle on the other side. Repeat. So if you balance, balance. If you pressed up, even if it's not the great side, try it here. 1 or 2 more breaths. Breathing, that Ujjayi breath, that same practice of breath we had at the beginning of class. When you're ready, your next inhale, moving, transitioning to warrior 3. Slide up dog chest, dial down that hip that's in the air. Maybe the standing leg is bent. Tree pose. Inside of the calf, the thigh, or even that ankle, but we want to omit the knee. No pressure on a delicate joint like that. Skip it. And again, if you want to fly your branches, fly. Equal weight, so don't lean into the leg like I was just doing. Activate that standing leg. Lift up and out of the sole of the foot. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Figure 4 with the opposite leg. So left leg comes over that right, sit down in half chair.
Flex the left foot, protect the knee. Reach the arms out forward and breathe. Smile, guys. We're almost there. One more breath. And then see if you can just start to take the hands down. Remember, you can stay as bent as you need. It's 2 breaths when you're here. Relax your head. If you'd like, start to straighten the leg. You took the arm balance on the other side. Take it here. One more breath. And bring it back to your figure 4. Stand tall. Tadasana. Close the eyes. Deep in. Deep exhale. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, step or hop it back, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, separate the hands so they're at least mat distance apart. Again, this is another thing we're all going to try. That's one of the great beauties of home practice, is you can try things and not fear of looking silly or being embarrassed. So working through some of those silly fears. All right, so hands out about mat distance. I come up onto my fingertips. It gives me that much more height. Walk the feet a little closer. Same kind of move that we did when we were trying to come into our handstand. Look between your hands as you are ready. Hop through. Butt comes down. Core, bow pose. All right, so rounding through the spine. We want to start first to negate that. Lift up, think of a string pulling that hard. Let's row our boat, left and right, left and right, left and right. 4, 3, breathe, 4, 2, obliques, 4, 1. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. Exhale, low boat. Flutter the feet, 8, 7, 6, 5, navel in, 2, 1, hug the knees into the chest, take a breath, in through the nose, out of the nose. All right, right leg lifts directly up towards the sky. Left leg, 3 options, can hover like so, it can be all the way onto the ground, or you can bend the leg. This is the easiest bent leg, this is the second straight leg, rested, this is the most lifted, all right? Charlie Angels or Shiva Mudra, interlace the hands, release the thumb and the index over to the right. So the leg that's in the air, it lowers, lifts. 4, 8, breathe. Keep reaching the shoulders. 6, smile. 5, reach the shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both knees into the chest, onto the back. Take a breath. Other side. So left leg straight up, right leg goes long. So again, it can be bent. Heel can be on the ground, or you can 1 inch above it. All right, interlace the hands over to the left. Left leg, it lowers. 8, keep the shoulders lifted. 7, use the obliques. 6, relax your face. 5, smile. 4, 3, keep reaching. 2, get that left shoulder off the mat. 1, knees into the chest, take a breath, in through the nose. Out of the mouth, let it go. Feet to the earth, first time around, everybody together, bridge pose. No hesitation, lift up. Press through the heels, press through the inside seams of the feet. Squeeze the butt cheeks, lift up. Good. Maybe you can even start to reach for the heels. Squeeze and lift a little higher, and then bring it down. Lift the legs up, hands are gonna stay next to the hips or the butt. So maybe again, you wanna look up here. We don't wanna go forward and back. That's sort of cheating. We wanna focus on going up and down. So, but of course it's a little faster. So, let's go, you're joining. Here we go together for 20. You know that's not true, but we'll trick the mind to think. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, we got 20, 19, we got this, 17, 16, 15, it's echoing because no one's in here, 13, 12, 11, 10, that 10, 9, 8, keep going, 10, 9, 8, last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. Feet to the mat. Nice job. Deep inhale. Out of the mouth, get it out. Bridge your wheel. Don't think, just move. Come on up. 3 breaths. When you're there, close the eyes. Let that energy Swirl around in that third eye. 2 breaths, rooting to rise. 1 breath. Bring it down, just pause. Eyes can stay closed. 1 breath here in repose. And then moving, setting up for bridge or wheel. So maybe hands come to the shoulders. Don't think on your next inhale. Come on up, 3 breaths. You can do it. You are strong. Your spine is warm. Rooting to rise, 2 breaths. Lift up, try to straighten the arms, straighten the legs. 1 more, inhale, lift, lift, lift. Yes, exhale, bring it down, knees into the chest. Just pause here, close the eyes. Tuck your chin. We always kind of sit with our chin up, our throat open. It's called your Jalahara lock, your bandha, your throat lock. So tuck your chin, press the back of the head into the mat. Preserve that energy that we create via the breath. And the most important part of our body, where all our organs are. Harbor that prana, that energy, that chi. Mula bandha, engage. Blocking it from leaving that. All right, legs up towards the ceiling. Stay here or shoulder stand. If you choose to stay here, arms are up as well. If this is fairly new, legs are going to be bent. If you're at home, use some support. You can use a couch. You can ask your husband to just come hold your legs for the next 3 or 4 minutes. That could be fun. Or your kid. They probably won't do it though. Neither will the husband. Who am I kidding? All right, spiral those inner thighs. Squeeze and lift up, 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 up. Move your chin just slightly away from the chest because we want the breath to be able to flow a little bit here. It's very easy to compress, constrict that breath way, right? Breathing is so important. Every pose, every moment. All right, inhale, lengthen, lift, lift, lift in your shoulders. Stand, you have 1 more breath. If you're ready, plow pose. Release the feet behind you. No attachment to where the legs or the toes land. Just let them be. Let you be. If deaf man is in the practice, the legs bend, the knees hug the ears, the shins rest on your mat. 3 more breaths. Closing the eyes, finding that stillness for 2. Or 1. Deaf man back into plow, plow back into shoulder stand. Everybody slowly descend down for your fish pose. So supporting the back, supporting yourself as you lower down, sitting on the hands, lowering the legs slowly towards the mat. Once they're there, come up onto the elbows. Heart the highest point. I still like to let my head stay in line versus dropping it back. That scares me. 1 more breath. All right, awesome. Release down, hug the knees into the chest. What's the breath here? Deep inhale. And exhale. All right. Here we go. Let's rock and roll up. You can flow, you can skip it, but we'll meet in down dog so we can transition for, maybe you can guess, splits. Hanumanasana. We'll start with half Hanuman, which is half monkey, and then we'll move into full. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, bring it through low lunge. Tops of the feet, tops of that back foot, to the mat. Straighten the front leg, fold over it. 3 breaths here. Think of working that hamstring, right? 2 breaths. 1 breath. Bend through the front leg with no thought, with no stories about this. Just start to straighten it. And start to straighten the back leg. Opposite directions here. Using support from your hands if you need to. Just 5 breaths. See if you can surrender though. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Relax your forehead. 4. 3. Smile. 2. 1. Bring your hands next to your body.
bend that leg, come right back through down dog. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, bring it through. Low lunge to start. Back knee down, tops of the foot down. Straighten that front leg, fold over it, half monkey. Breathe. Come back to the breath. 2. Flexing that front foot for a deeper experience. 1 more breath. Next inhale, come through with that low lunge and just start to straighten the legs again, opposite direction from one another. And once you're there, find that stillness, settle in. 5. Four. Smile. 3. 2. Yeah. This time just roll on to that front hip, bring the back leg around. So I'm going to walk us through headstand. It's a great pose to end our practice with. We will take pigeon if we have time to. So if you do not want to do headstand for whatever reason, you can take spinal twist. So you'll lie onto your back and just drop the knees over to the right. I'll give you the halfway point. You'll drop them over to the other side. So everybody else who wants to try it, again, maybe this is a pose that you want to try at home. You can move your mat, go to a wall if you want to use a wall. And here's the caveat with a wall. It's not you shouldn't use a wall or you should use a wall. If you use a wall, you eventually have to learn again or relearn or learn something new to get away from the wall. So the concept of why teachers say don't use the wall is because you're adding more work for yourself. But I get it. There's a lot of fear with going upside down. All right, so a couple things before we go. Here, my hand, let's pretend my hand is, okay. Pretend my hat is the floor, right? My hand, not my hat, oh my goodness. My hand is the floor. This is how you want your neck. So when you get up, and this will make sense as we go through this, if your chin is down or your chin is up, no bueno. Neutral spine. So just like you were seating up. You know what I'm trying to say. All right, so from there, on your knees, you're going to take your hands to your elbows. This is the distance that you want your elbows. With all of these poses, forearm, handstand, headstand, or arm balance, it's a square. The elbows and shoulders are always stacked. All right, interlace the hands and then drop the arms down. You're going to put your head in between your hands, and your hands are going to interlace right where my ponytail is. So notice if your elbows come out wide, so nobody should be in it yet. Hopefully you're still watching and listening to me loud. So if the elbows are out, you want to hug the elbows in. I see a lot of people come up with the elbows out and you're wobbly. Really, really dangerous on the back, really dangerous on the neck. So hug the elbows in. It's that anterior serratus muscle. It's working the shoulders, that plank works. So elbows, interlace, head down. Here's how you tell if the neck is neutral. So it's almost like down dog, right? You're lifting your hips up. Okay. Elbows are in line with the shoulders, not out here. In line. Walk the feet. So maybe this is as far as you go. Notice my hips are shooting past my shoulders. Then I can lift a leg. Then maybe I can lift another. I'm going to stay here. I'm pressing my elbows into the mat. I'm activating my shoulders. If I want more, maybe one leg comes up. Maybe 2. But if you start to wobble and dump in that lower back, I want you back here. This is the pose. This is going to create strength, muscle memory. Right, so 3 more breaths. If you're up and you'd like, close the eyes. If you're just focusing on balancing, don't close the eyes. 2 more breaths. You're gonna play with the legs, you can play with the legs. This is also a pose, piking halfway down, activating the pull. So switch to the other side. If you're twisting, you have 5 more breaths. We have 5 more breaths. If you're getting tired, if the blood is rushing and it's becoming overwhelming, come out and take child's pose. 4 more breaths. If you fall, try to come back up. If you fall in 2 or 3 times, back out of the pose, come into child's pose, and try again tomorrow. 2 breaths.
Trust these tips so you don't get burnt out and so you don't injure yourself. If you injure yourself, you're out of the practice entirely. So listen to your teachers. If you're up, slowly hug the knees into the chest. And how slow can you go down? Child's pose, everybody. If you're on your back, just hug the knees into the chest and take happy baby. You inverted and you're with me, we're in child. One more breath. All right, so we don't have necessarily enough time to take pigeon on both sides for a long time, but I am going to give you about 15 breaths. So it's about 2 minutes to do what pose you want to do. I'm going to talk you through it and I'll give you the halfway point. So you can take pigeon. You have time to do it if you'd like, but if there's something else that you want to take, your shoulder stretch. We did a lot of stretching of the shoulders, but maybe you want to focus and isolate a pose to that. Lie on your stomach, reach the arm out and stretch open. You want to do more of the outer shoulders, crisscross the hands. All right, so you choose, go ahead and commit, come into wherever you are and be there. Right? This is the part of the practice that I have found, well, it's interesting because when I first started practicing, this was the most challenging. I felt like I served my purpose. I got my workout in and I could leave. And now being at home, this is the more challenging part for me, to be here, to stay here, to not cut my practice short, to hold myself accountable, just like I hold myself accountable in a room full of people. You know, that showed me some insight as well. Why am I more willing to work harder and to prove myself in a class full of people than I am when it's just me? Self-love, honoring myself. It's that ego that's governing that other kind of thought process. I got to do this pose because people are watching. People might judge me. I got to do this pose because they are. Our competitiveness comes up. Brian Kess calls this our shit. He says we bring our shit into yoga and we make yoga shit because we're not aware that we're strengthening our shitty habits, our patterns of reacting, our patterns of judgment and self-critical talk. So other side, if you haven't already, transition there. You know, and just because it's our shit, it doesn't mean we need to judge ourselves or be hard on ourselves. Laugh at it. Just acknowledge it. Notice it. Because through that, anything's possible. You're aware. You know, Brian Kessy also gives an enlightenment example. He says enlightenment just means to turn the light on. Enlighten, to turn the light on, to see. So he says the nail biter, right? These are how our thoughts work. They're habitual, they're unconscious, they're subtle. The nail biter doesn't know he's biting his nails. He just bites them. He wants to quit. He doesn't know how because he's not even aware he's doing it. So he puts hot sauce on his fingernails. 3 more breaths. And then he goes to bite it. This is what Brian Kess says, the light is turned on. He is now enlightened of his behavior. And now he has the beautiful thing of choice. I can A, wipe the hot sauce off, continue on with the old habit. Or I can B, notice the habit, make a choice in another direction. One's not better, one's not worse, one's not right, one's not wrong, and that's up to you. That's up to your own discernment for your own practice and your own self, what serves you and who is closest to you. If it doesn't, don't do it. Simple, 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 simple. So slowly come out. I would like to end seated and then have the option to lie down. So if you have music playing, I encourage you to turn it off or at least put on a Shavasana music if we're not quite there. A lot of times I manipulate my playlist while we're in the class, depending on how the class goes. So sometimes it doesn't flow that great. So either music off or Shavasana music. We're gonna take about 10 to 15 rounds of breath just to kind of balance out, harmonize our energy and our bodies, our subtle bodies, and then we'll lie down for Shavasana. So sit up tall, shoulders are relaxed, chin is parallel to the earth. Stick the tongue out, release any tension. Exhale all the air out.
Begin to breathe. Inhale for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out your frustration, your anger, your fear, your suffering. Again, inhale for 5. Peace, love, harmony, justice. Exhale for 5. Fear, pain, frustration, anger, confusion. Inhale. Exhale. They're all just emotions. They're just feelings that need to be felt, and then they move on. They pass. Inhale. Exhale. And acknowledge that you're not your feelings and you're not those emotions. Again, inhale. And know that you're just experiencing them, moving through them, to come out on the other side into that true essence of you. Exhale. Inhale. Residing here in the present moment. Exhale. Giving yourself permission to be here. Inhale. Exhale. And in the moment, peace, happiness, joy, love, light. Again, inhale. When you're out of the moment, when you're in the present, when you're in the past. Exhale. You're experiencing fear, discomfort, tension, the unknown, anxiety. Inhale. Exhale. But you're in control, not your thoughts, guys. Inhale. Exhale. You can be enlightened. Observe the way that you react, the way that you think. Inhale. And if it's going in a direction that you're not in control of, stop, pause, take a breath. Exhale. We have 5 more on your own. This practice teaches us we're in control. We're the steerer of our life. No, we can't control external circumstances, external factors, external people, situations, government mandates. But we can control who we are. We can control how we respond, how we react. We can control the stress that's released in our body by acknowledging when we're getting tense, by acknowledging when we're feeling anxious, by getting in tune with the sensations of our body. And all you have to do is stop, slow down, and do what we're doing right here, right now, and breathe. 2 more. Even if it's only for 3 minutes, you're giving the body, the brain, a break. 2. 1 more breath. And you're more than welcome to stay seated or lie onto your back for Shavasana. I encourage you again to turn all music off now for Shavasana. It's a shorter Shavasana when we're in live stream because I know the challenge is to be here and to be in silence. So it's only 5 minutes versus the 10 minutes that we do in class. If you need more, stay longer. Please, this is the magical part. This is the part that heals, that honors, that serves, that uplifts. So we already did our breath. Just exhale, let go of anything that's no longer serving you mentally, physically, energetically. Get it out. Right now is your time to be with you. No distractions. No ups, no downs, no peaks, no valleys, no rights, no wrongs. Pure consciousness. Blank canvas. Free energy. You. A ray of light. A beating pulse. An active, vital part of this universe. The time for heaviness has passed. Heaviness of the body, mind, spirit, and heart. That heaviness many of us felt was part of time that's now gone. It's time to lighten up. He was a different person, she said, cheerful, happy, fun to be around. Things that used to bother him no longer did. The woman was talking about her husband of only 3 years. She had dated him for a long time, but then, nearly after dying from a heart attack, he was changed, transformed. They married and had the best 3 years of their lives before he died. Those years were possible because he had learned to enjoy life, learned the value of love. We don't have to wait to open our hearts and enjoy life. We don't have to wait to lighten up. We can do that now. We know that we can trust, that we can journey through each stage of our lives with open hearts, loving and living freely. Let go of the heaviness. Seek that which is light. Gravitate towards joy. Your soul and body will lead you, if only you will listen. Walk lightly. Speak and laugh lightly. Do it as much as possible. Go lightly along your way. So I just happened to open up to that page in our Journey to the Heart by Melody Beatty, and I think that's more important than ever. Even though there might be heaviness out there, there's definitely heaviness in the media and the propaganda world. You be a person of light, of love, of laughter in these intense times. We need it. We have the obligation to do it because we have the tools to do it. So remember, you're in control of your life. Emotions come, they go. Allow yourself to feel them, move through them, and come out lighter, happier, more joyful on the other side. Namaste, yogis.